Hello everyone. Today let's see Turing thesis from theory of computation, and after this we'll see how to design a Turing machine and some other concepts related to it. So let's look at this thesis. For first of all, it's a thesis. So what does it what do we mean by it is that there is no proof for it. So it's called thesis, and I think it was proposed in the year 1936, and from till then till now there has been no one who has proved it wrong. So as no one has proved it wrong, we have started believing it's true, that though it does not have proof. So it's called thesis. You might find it in textbooks as just Turing thesis or Church Turing thesis. It's a very good paper, freely available. You can read about it. So actually, when you go through the definition of Turing thesis, it's a bit complicated. We have just simplified it here. So let's see what does it mean. A problem can be solved by an algorithm if and only if it can be solved by a Turing machine. So what does it mean is a mechanical or let's see this definition also. Any computation that can be carried out by a mechanical means can be performed by some Turing machine. Okay, so mechanical means nothing but a computer. Okay, so any computation that can be carried out by a computer can be performed by some Turing machine. So and what does this say? A problem can be solved by an algorithm if and only if it can be solved by a Turing machine. So let's think more about it. It says that there is no problem which cannot be solved by a Turing machine which is being solved by a computer. So nowadays when you go through some computer science concepts, this definition is being used as the definition of computer itself. That is, they say that computer is nothing but a Turing machine. So there have been many arguments since from 1936 till date, which say which are against it and for it, but no one has given some concrete proof that this statement is wrong, so it has been considered true. There was some advancement in 2013 by a computer scientist known as Kripke. We'll discuss about it later, but let's see some main arguments regarding this Turing thesis. TM, I have used TM as a short form for Turing machine. A Turing machine can do anything that can be done by existing digital computer. So this is one argument. So can we prove it? So how can we do it is, one thing you can say is, I can take all the programs that we can execute in a computer and then implement on a Turing machine. The statement is correct, but it's not practical because on computer we have been writing infinite number of programs. There are a hell of a lot of programs you can see there that have been written on a computer. Implementing each of them on Turing machines is not a good idea, because in the further videos we'll see that even to do smallest of the smallest things on Turing machine, we have to design a very complex Turing machine. So it's not a feasible idea to do it. So this is one of the argument. Then there is one more argument. There are alternate models proposed for mechanical computation, but they are not powerful than Turing machine. So what does this mean is that there have been what we say alternate methods for the problems that we can solve in Turing machine, but they are not powerful than Turing machine. So we would have considered it if it was more powerful than the Turing machine. That powerful in the sense means if they would have done something which is not done by Turing machine, then we would have considered that. So this has also not been done. Then no one has yet shown an algorithm solved by computer but not solvable by Turing machine. So that is why Turing thesis has been considered too, that till date no one has shown an algorithm which a computer can solve but not a Turing machine cannot be solved. And you might be saying, just now I said that if there is a complex problem, it's not practical to implement on a Turing machine, then how can we consider this statement as true? So we'll see while solving the problems, means we'll be converting the given algorithm into some other problem. We'll be checking. There are methods for it. For example, if there is a very big very big program or algorithm also, we know that we can break it into smaller operations. So those small operations can be implemented in Turing machine. So this is some theoretical background for Turing machine. This will make sense only when we solve some problems or design some Turing machines for some examples. So after that we'll again revisit these points. If we have not understood it now, we'll just leave it as it is, and we'll revisit when we solve some problems. So Alan Turing, so Turing thesis is named after these are two gentlemen. Church, I'm not remembering his name. It starts from A itself, and this is Alan Turing. So Turing, you might know that there is no Nobel Prize in computer science, right? So there is something known as Turing Award. Okay, so it is the highest award in the field of computer science. It is also known as Nobel Prize of Computing. So it's named after him. So we'll see some small problems where we can see how to design a Turing machine. We'll analyze it, then we'll see why, then we'll again revisit and see what these statements are. Okay, thank you. In the next videos we'll see some problems.